Hello, welcome back to Alephant. Alright, last episode we reached an ending, but we do still have at least 2 more levels to go, being this one and this one. This one, oh boy. We had a go at this one last episode, and there was a real problem with this one. Yeah, I don't even know if I have like the motivation to try and decipher this again. But the general idea is that we need to do a series of pulls. A series of pulls, a series of redirecting, and just yeah. Yikes. Yeah, lots of shivers gonna happen. So I don't actually know how I'm supposed to do this, but I seriously need to understand exactly how to like get this to work. So I can do that. I can do that. And can I like sort of like try and, make this kind of like continuous move? Oh, I can't go any further. Okay. Oh, I don't know why I would want to go further. I feel I don't want to go as far. Like, this looks kind of good, but not that good. It's just because they're like tangled up. If they're not tangled up, that would be really nice. And I'm not sure if I can actually pull that off or not. So this breaks that. The cool thing is that I can really break this without having to like redirect. So if I did that and then broke, it would be that this connects over here without there being another pointer, another command here to make a shiver occur. So like this pull would be interesting. And now this pull would get you to point upwards, and these guys will be fine. Therefore, if I pulled... but I can't pull twice, meaning that really the only realistic way to get anything to work is that. But like that's further from what I want, isn't it? That's a problem. That is further from what I want. I don't actually know what I really want, but I was thinking if I got this to be swapped, that would be very nice. So so I can pull them and then they would kind of like parallel. They could like align themselves in a parallel manner and they could both stay intact. I'm gonna have a couple options, in fact. After this point, I can break this way too. That would put you in the correct position. I'm not sure if I would like that or not, but I mean, I suppose if I did this... Actually, no. If I want you to point at the third object, a break will only occur at this point, so this will point at the second object, meaning I want this. So you point at the third object, right? That is correct. Now if I pull back by 1, which is entirely possible, I can get you to point... Actually, if I pull you back by 2, but then we get paradox. However, we won't get paradox if you were pointing this way. If you're pointing directly up, then you would form a paradox with this. But this can't... Oh, well, no. Okay, you know what I can do? I can pull back by 1 more, and then this will cause you to be pulled in the right direction. Therefore, pulling over twice will get that to work correctly. But I can't do this one more time, can I? I don't think I can. I can try. But if I pull over... Yeah, it is basically impossible to get you to point in any feasible direction anymore. Because you exist. So whenever I try to leave, you'll stop pointing, So this is kind of close, but not really that close. I really would like this to have worked though. So now the last thing I can do is one giant break. And that giant break doesn't work. And because these are all parallel to each other, they will all break at the same time. They all turn at the same time, which I don't like. The problem is that the kind of like the big issue is that I can't get anything to point. I can't get you to point at anything on your own. You're always gonna paradox with something else, like this guy here. So it really seems I want. I don't want this connection to exist. So I'm gonna try this. But at this point, this connection has to exist. Like I can't even break you anymore, even if I wanted to. Okay, so maybe I had to make a connection that didn't match these two together. If I were to try that, well, at what point did that connection occur? It occurred there, which is kind of bad. Yeah, no, I don't like that. Okay. What about this move? This will get you to not connect in the right location. Oh, that's a paradox though. Huh. Okay, well, it's fine, right? Because... Oh, but I can't pull you over by 1 anymore, so you can't point upwards either. Could I have gotten you to point upwards at any point beforehand? I don't think so. Alright, we gotta do a bit more than this, I think. Well, I mean, aren't you pointing the right direction already? Yeah, I kind of, like, made this mistake, so... I thought this was bad, but, like, now I kind of want to do that. I kind of want you in this position, because... I want to be able to break this connection at some point. I can do that by pulling... I don't know what I want to do, but, like, this... allows this to happen. And maybe that's useful. Why would that be useful? Well... Well, okay. I don't know why that would be useful. Give me a second here. I don't know why I would why would I want that? That would cause a paradox. It will cause paradox in both cases, wherever it is. And because the first... Yeah, so I generally just want the first... I think the main goal now is to get the first... I want to get you to reconnect with something. Let's try that. Instead of you connecting to the end, I want you to connect with something else. Anything else. Let's just try anything else right now. What can I do to get you to connect with anything else? A pull here would break you. And I would actually like to pull this entire setup back by 1 so that I can cause this commands to point at something individually. So I think we've had this setup before. So this pull will get you to connect with something different. Can I get you to connect to something else? Okay, so let's say I broke the connections. I keep getting... Yeah, so... Okay, what do I want at this point? I want... I want this to be individually pointing at something, right? Which can rarely happen, but like can sometimes happen. If I had to visualize how this would be done... I can pull by 1, which means that, technically speaking, you can still be pointing up, right, and hit the first Aleph. I think that's what I want. Or I think I want you to hit the first Aleph. If I get to hit the first Aleph, I think we might be done, because I can just, you know, move on to the next one in the same way I went backwards. I can go forwards, and there'll be a lot fewer problems. Because, yeah, it's always possible to... Or like the rightmost Aleph is going to be the one that I want to hit. And it will be the one I want to hit. So like I want to do that trick where I went backwards and like chain from here to here to here. But I want to do it in the rightward direction. which also happens to be the right direction. So that does mean that I just need to get you to point to the first, the point at the first Aleph. So how will I do that? We have three options. The option where you point up left to here is basically impossible, because I can't get you to redirect in that position. Nothing else can connect. Nothing else can have its Aleph here that allows you to redirect in that position. So now it's either pointing upwards or pointing upright. If you point it upwards, that will be fine, but only you could do it. I feel like I've done the same thing with these two before. The exact same conundrum happened, right? But the problem is that... Actually, what was the problem with that? This pull got you there. I don't want that, do I? Ah, but how could I have gotten you to face... Okay, so then, okay, I want to go back. How in the world did I get you to point the last object? Alright, so that happens. We kind of figured this out. Because how did I get you to point up here? I don't think I did. Did I? Right, I got... this breaks. I got this pool to make you point upwards alone. Actually, what? No. Wait, how did I do that? I did something. Hold on, let's see. That. Ah, but that's only possible because I redirected you this... Okay, okay. So, that means that it's impossible here because I can't get this to happen. If this could happen, that would be very nice. But it cannot happen. Or can it? What if... at some point in the past, I had a very nice connection here to redirect you. Ah, but that would paradox with you, wouldn't it? The point is this was pointing correctly already. That's why this was available. And from this point on... I suppose this, followed by something in the opposite direction. Ah, but wouldn't that give you another paradox? Wouldn't I give you this paradoxing with this? Yes, yes it would. Ah, okay. So, that connection has to happen before the break. But before the break... Okay, what if I broke the other way then? If I broke the other way, then... But, okay. See, the problem is that either way it breaks, you always get one of these two being connected. Also, I don't want that. Hold on. Ooh. Either way, one of these two will be broken. And how if you step on the middle square, which is how you get this direction to occur, it would not work. However, if I went like this, that would get you to point in the right direction. Ah, but now a pull rightwards wouldn't work, would it? Because a pull rightwards, we'll get it to connect to the second thing. But how would I get that to change? Well, if this could happen with you pointing at the second thing, then we could get that chain to go to the first thing. So I want a lone connection within you on this Aleph. A lone connection, nothing else connects. Okay, I can maybe pull that off. So if this happened... we get a paradox, okay. So lone connection with you on the second. Okay, I could try and get that to work. Okay, let's get this connection. This connection looks okay. But how do I break these two? I need to pull very far. And by pulling very far, I mean I need to pull 3 times total. At this point, wouldn't you like be in a very bad spot? Yeah, I feel like you would be in a very bad spot. Like, best I can do is, again, remake it so that you point here. Then another pull. Well, interestingly enough, this pull happens to make 0 connections, but also 0 shivers. So this pull actually does make a solid connection. It's a solid connection in the wrong direction, though. I want to move this connection over to here. Okay. But I only have 1 pull. And neither of those 2 positions is good for me. I think it's the exact same problem with this being on the other side. So like, we kind of flipped the problem here, but like, we flipped the problem in a setup that was failed anyway. Okay, so did I want this double connection to exist? Maybe I did not. No, let's not do that. Okay, let's say this connection were to occur. You can get pointed upwards, and then you'll connect to the third object, right? No, you connect to the second object. That's fascinating, but in a pretty bad way. I don't want you to connect to the second object. I want this to connect to the second object alone. Also, I want to be able to break you. Okay, hold on. Alright, so let's pull back 1 first. Actually, let's pull back 2. No, I want to... Oh. Let's do this. Let's pull back 1. Actually, what am I doing? Let's do that. Okay. If I broke this connection, and I came back... Actually, it makes no real difference, is it? It makes that connection now. I mean, that looks maybe somewhat okay. I say that's okay because... Actually, why is that okay? That isn't actually okay. That makes a lot of paradoxes. Yeah. If you were connected to something already, that paradox could be avoided. Okay, so could I, at the same time, get a different connection to occur? At what point was there a lone connection on you? Here. At this point, there was a lone connection on you. So this happens. And now by pulling over, I get that connection. It's parallel though, so like, they'll break at the same time. I don't know if I like that or not. But if that connection were to occur, then by pulling this way, I can maybe get a very interesting result. No, that creates a paradox. Yeah, that creates a paradox. I don't want a paradox. I don't want this either. This doesn't create any meaningful direction. Like, this makes the most sense to me. I don't know why. But like, yeah, I get this, but that's a third parallel. I don't want a third parallel, do I? Unless this third parallel is useful. This third parallel causes that connection, but wasn't that bad to begin with? Yeah, this connection is bad, because you're always gonna have to make a paradox between this guy and this guy. Either that or nothing. So like, yeah, I don't want that either. But I really wanted the first to connect with something else. I'm gonna reset here. I think I need a better vision on how to do this. What was that? Oh, okay. I saw this blinking for a bit, but I never realized that was part of the animation. But like, it blinks very slowly? I thought like, it kind of glitched on and off for some reason, but no, that wasn't it. I don't know what I want from here. Do I want that? I mean, it looks kind of cool. But like, we know this is bad. Right? Yeah, we know this is bad because it's an isolated connection, but not the right isolated connection. I thought I got an isolated connection on number 3 before. On LF, on the third LF. Actually, no, I don't want this. I want this. On that. On this. Actually, is that good? I don't know why that would be good. I don't know why that would be good. Why would that be good? I'm guessing in the right direction, but like I can't do anything else. I can't pull this way and then do anything about it. Okay, I don't know if I'm missing something like that. Is it impossible to pull this off? I don't know. If I want to get you with a lone connection to you, what must happen? Can we apply the same logic as to how this gets connected? You need to be connected here diagonally. And then, like, it's an X diagonal that... No, but you need to be connected to the second object. Second LF. So I want maybe you to be connected to the third LF? You to be connected with the second. And I pull... Yeah, and then this will break. And then that leaves you as a second. Do I want that? Okay. I don't know if that's like a better vision I could have made. So like this. You are now connected to the third. This is to the third as well. I want to break this connection first. That breaks both connections. So like, I mean, how could I have done that? I mean, this connection would have broken first. Okay. Well, no, this is one off, right? You're now on the fourth, and then that's on the third. I want you to be on the third, and this on the second. So this exact setup allow me to do what? It allowed me to do this move. So now you have a lone connection on the third. Which, yeah, was exactly how we got the lone connection on the second. Like that. I don't know if I like that. Why was that a thing? That didn't feel very good. Wait, why were you pointing upwards? Could I have avoided that? I mean, kind of. Okay, hold on. Oh no, because of you. Oh, interesting. Maybe it's fine. Ah, it's not fine, is it? I don't know, is it fine? Oh, what's going on? This prevents a very important connection too, doesn't it? Well, no, I mean, if I did this, then that connection becomes valid. But like, just in the wrong direction, I guess. I don't know if that's good or not. That makes a lot of interesting paradoxes available. This is one of them that isn't a paradox, which is good. I can make that, but that creates a lot of paradox. In fact, this has to be a paradox in whatever direction you view it. I mean, unless you do this, that makes it less of a paradox. Maybe that's useful. I really just want the second... Wait, hold on. So now we're back to third, right? I mean, I just formed a repeatable pattern, I think. Or did I form... No, I don't think I formed a repeatable pattern. This was not here before. Ah, but Yeah, okay, no, this is a repeater, but this causes that, which becomes a... Yeah, okay. And like, nothing here would have changed anything. I guess I could have done this... But then, you know, unless this connection... unless this direction is chosen, it's never gonna work out. Yeah, this becomes a bunch of paradoxes. Is my starting move wrong? I don't think it is. I think it's the only move I could have done. I think we figured that out last episode, didn't we? No other move was useful or valid. This was interesting, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I think I have tried that. I also tried this pulling twice. That causes you to not have any connection. But that causes more paradoxes. I think. That's a shiver. I feel like we need to work backwards on this, but I don't know if I'm just not going to or something. That's a paradox. Yeah, that's these are all paradoxes, huh? This is the only thing that isn't a paradox. But then again, we already figured out this is kind of weak. This is a parallel connection, so they will always be stuck together. You have to break both for any real effect. And like the only feasible way to break both is by doing this, which causes a big opposite direction connection. I don't like that at all. Because that is yet another paradox. So it's an eternal shiver at this point. I feel like at this point we're dead. Right? Yeah, there's no direction changing anymore. Oh, what is this? Can I do that? I feel like this is the next most interesting thing that can happen. I can't connect right now, so like, you know, I can't make it so that you point in the upright direction right now. If I make you point in upright direction, it could be with you in here and then this not being a connection, you know. I feel like that's always possible. Why didn't I try that? Because that forms a paradox. Paradox. So unless you were connected to something, maybe the first thing. But if you're connected to the first thing, then like, what the heck's the point? No. Uh... Yeah, it's just a bunch of paradoxes from here. Anything to do with like the middle section here. This thing. Big paradox. Paradox. So I don't get it. Like, I want to be able to activate you while you are still connected. So like ideally you are... Wait, no, that's not it either, is it? Ideally you guys are connected to here and here. But like I know that's not possible. Is it possible? I mean it might be. We can try. So okay, so one way I could do this. No. From this connection, this diagonal connection is formed. Meaning I can do... I can't pull over by 2, huh? So I can do it the other way around. But the other way around is bad. Like, this is fine, but like, this is really bad. I don't know why. This is not good at all. Because I can't pull you over by 2 to form a lone connection with that. It's like, no. Maybe if I continued that chain and asked you to connect to the 4th thing, and you kind of form an X shape with this, but then that would also break, right? You couldn't be diagonal in that case. Maybe I want you to already connect it there. Yeah, I can see that maybe happening. Okay, so how do I get you to point up again? I remember I had something like that. Nope, no. I need to reset. I'm pretty sure that that point did not work. Did I want to do this? Did I ever want to do this? Because this move allows me to make you vertical. And then the point is, when I break... Oh, that actually won't break. Interesting. Yeah, that forms... You're not 3rd, that's interesting, I guess. But, like, that's not all bad. It makes a cross that I would like. But I thought this cross was also bad, because this cross... Well, this cross should allow me to connect the... Oh, that's a paradox. I hate that. No. Yeah, paradox. See, there's always a paradox. Because he's crossed as a paradox. So, like, if I went here now, then you kind of get the exact same problem. If I did this, then pulling over would make that connection. And this is all just Paradox Island at this point. Yeah, this connection doesn't really do anything special. So like this one also fails. How much of the possibility space have I gone in? Have I like stepped into, and how much of it actually worked? Yeah, if I made you do that. You're pointing at 3rd, right? Right. I mean, this would make you 2nd. I think this would make you point at 2nd, I think. What, is that good? Isn't that bad? Yeah, that's really bad. I'm just stuck here. If I wanted you to point at the 1st object, what is the necessary requirement? So I'm thinking like really hard right now. What's the necessary requirement for that? You have to be pointing at it alone with no paradox. So either you are pointing at a direction unique to you, that is this direction maybe. No, that is not possible, because for you to point to a useful direction, you need to be redirected. You can't be broken off of using this, because you then be pointing at like a knight's angle. A knight's moved at angle. Yeah, and that's not a valid position. Otherwise, if you were put into a diagonal position, you'll already be clinging onto something. And so like that would not be useful. So you do need to be exactly redirected by this redirecting glyph. Then this becomes sorry, what's the word? Futile? Whatever, unfeasible. Because nothing can have its active LFB in here besides you alone. Therefore, your redirection positions are either here or here. If it were here, that is also good. However, you must be the one providing that unique Aleph. And this Aleph can't be the third or the fourth, because then you would be pointing at the one that comes before. So you must be pointing at the second one if this would happen. Otherwise, if this was where the Aleph is, then it still has to be you, right? If it is you... Oh, yeah. Okay, no, okay. If there were... How do I untangle this thing? I managed to untangle it at some point. Output is bad, everything is just gone at this point. Oh, wait, what? Why am I here? How did I get there? I don't want to like have to memorize every single route I take. Is this like a math problem? Is there like a pull? Okay, there are 3 actions I can take at any point in time. I can either pull left, pull right, or redirect. Right? But redirection is super weird in this case. So, okay, let's say I want to work backwards, right? I can either redirect from here or from here. Let's say I redirect from position 2. There must be an active glyph at position 2, but not at position 3 or 4. Because then these would be the more recent redirections. There can be a redirect at position 1 and we don't really care about that, but there must be an active redirecting glyph at position 2 before a pull can be made. However, how do we make there be an active at 2 and 3 and 4 being non-active? Well, this can be LF number 2 or 3. If it were LF2, that would be really interesting. But like, it would work either way, I think. If it were LF... If it were LF number 3 though... Yeah, then it could belong to you. I could pull back by a lot. But then you would have to be broken. In particular, you would have to be broken. Actually, why can't I have you and you be pointing at the first 2 glyphs? That looks okay, right? I could pull you all the way over to here and then... Oh, but then here and here would be correct. Here and here will be wrong, so... Wait, but then... Yeah, 1 and 2 being here is actually pull-offable with this guy. Have I tried that? Can I try that? You be at 1, you be at 2. Or is that just way too hard? Is there some reason why that wouldn't work? And then you be at some... You'll be disconnected. Because we need the number 2 LF to be the most recent pull. Maybe that's fine, I don't know. I mean, like, okay, this would not work because I wouldn't be able to pull 1 into that position here. Yeah, okay. However, if I broke this at this point in time... Oh, you'll be at position 4. Ooh, I don't like that. Position 4 is very hard to work with, I don't think. Because you can only produce paradoxes from this point. If I wanted you to point at position 1, you have to either point here or here. You can't point here. You have to point here, meaning that once again you have to be disconnected. We just don't want the fourth commands to be connected at all. I just don't like that. Can we avoid that from happening? Can we ever avoid that from happening? I mean, at this point, yes, it is disconnected. At this point, it is disconnected. By this point, nothing is really connected though. Okay, so I have this. That is a paradox, but you are also disconnected. Is there any reason this is good? I'd say the answer is no. Yeah, there's no reason this is good. But how do I get you to be disconnected? It has to be such that... Okay. Can you be connected to the fourth thing? Actually, if you're connected to the fourth thing, you might break, but... How did I get that happen? Right, I pulled a bit more. Oh, I can't pull a bit more, hold on. Wait. What? When was any of this possible? Like that? Have I tried that? Yeah, I think I have. That's how I got this to happen. And then the point is that when I break and I pull back... Oh, I can't break. Oh, that's kind of bad. But like, think about it. Huh. I don't know if I like that or not. That looks somewhat good, but also not good at all. That forms that chain. That somewhat lets you be disconnected. But the problem is that I can never get you to connect to be pointing in the right direction, because you're always gonna have the redirect here. So like this... Okay. No, but no, yeah, no, there's no way. What? So what can this do for us now? Again, this only produces paradoxes. There's so many paradoxes in the way, but like... it's some midpoint where... If the ends are not connected in any way, the middles are connected, right? You only get paradoxes from there. So is the next idea to always keep one of the two ends connected to something? If that's the case, then I actually have no idea how I'm gonna pull that off. I spent a long time on this. I've spent a very long time on this. Okay, I mean, you're not in fourth position. Fourth position is fine, I guess. So like now the fourth thing is hooked, so it's... I mean, I can form that chain again. So like we kind of looped all the way back to helping make this chain. I can maybe do stuff from here. This allows this to break. I suppose if I put one more. If I put one more, yes. That would break the connection on the fourth one, but it will also be quite bad. No. It's so weak. What? No, yeah, no, this just doesn't work. I can break again, but like one is just pointing at the wrong direction. And will always be pointing at the wrong direction. It doesn't work. I want the fourth to disconnect. Where's the disconnect from the fourth one? This is gonna produce paradoxes only, isn't it? Yeah, it's only going to produce paradoxes from here. That is unless this were here first. If that were there first, can make this happen. That's also another thing I could do. I guess this is fine now. But it's okay. Hold on. So from here, you can point in that direction. I pulled all the way to break. Oh, yeah, breaking is bad, isn't it? But like this gets you horizontal. Can I break from here? Actually, can't break from here. I can, however, break from here. But then this happens. I don't know if that's good or not. This kind of forms the... I don't know what that forms. That forms that thing. The thing is that, isn't this just a repeated process? Like, from here... I feel like this is just a repeated process. At this point, it's even worse than a repeated process because there's only one possible move. And that one possible move is also deadly to us. It's all... Oh my goodness, it's all actually just... paradoxes from here. So many paradoxes. Look at all these paradoxes. If I wanted you and you, I want a lone connection here with nothing on its right. Lone connection that either means this is connected to you. How would I get a lone connection onto you then? A break. You connected to number 3. You connected to number 2. And then a pull back. Okay. How would I get that to happen? You connected to number 3. I don't know if... I think you should not be connected to number 4. Although if you were connected to number 4, that would be pretty interesting. Like... I don't know if that's possible, but like... I mean, even if I could probably just break the connection pulling to the right and then pull back left, and then we could still sort things out. But to begin with, you need to have pointed this way. If you wanted to point this way, you could either start by pointing upwards, but then you already be pointing at number 3, which would then break. So you have to point this way, pointing at number 4. Or if you're pointing at number 4 initially, by doing this and pulling, by connecting here, I get to point at number. I could get you to hit number 3, but I don't want you to hit number 3, right? I want you to hit number 2. This seems to be the main problem. Okay, the next idea is this on 3 and then this on 2, and then 3 and here, 2 at here. This at 3. With this connected, and the reason why this must be connected is because otherwise this will form paradox with you. But this must also be connected to the up left, because if it were connected to the upright, then the upright symbol will be the one that's most recent, preventing this from being directed in the right direction. So you have to be pointing upright, you have up left, you have to be pointing up left, which means you guys have to be number 2 and 3 in order without a connection here. That I don't think I've ever done before, but how could I do that? You would need to be, maybe if you were, I mean, even if you were connected, I feel like that would be quite unplausible. Yeah, okay, like this direction has to be here first. The reason why is if it didn't, this would cause a paradox between you and you. So now you're pointing there. That gets you in the second place. I can pull back. I say pull back, but I don't really think I meant pull back. Okay, hold on. I can pull back now. Get that to connect to fourth place. Why do I want this? This gets you connected to third place. And then I can form the, I can form a... Actually, okay, hold on. If I didn't connect... If you're all broken first, you will form a, you will form a paradox this way. I don't know if that's good or not. That feels quite bad. To get a paradox there. This is the only other thing I can do though. Right? What is this? So that gets that to happen. But you'll notice that it's very hard to get you to connect that direction now. Like the only way I can think of doing it is by breaking this, redirecting you. But then don't you become paradoxical? And if I pull again, that creates another paradox. So like what? Yeah, there's so many paradoxes and they're all bad. It's like they're all just bad. Pull. That's pull. Yeah, it doesn't help. There's just more paradoxes. So many paradoxes. This is bad. This is really bad. Is there any other way that I'm not seeing? Yeah, of course I can't pull it from this point. I gotta pull further first. Also. I feel like I've done this before already. Like, isn't that what I did just now? Well, this is exactly what I did just now. Yeah, that's what I did just now. Kind of think the second place seems real bad, because like this is even worse. I've been through so many state changes. Yeah, like at this point I don't even know what's going on anymore. That's also just paradoxes, isn't it? Nothing but paradoxes. I forgot at what point could I have made it so that this one was pointing upwards. Oh yeah, it was if I pulled the other way. If I pulled this way. Yeah, that's how I got you to do that. And I can pull over twice to only get this one connection. But I feel like that's bad. Maybe it's not that bad? I don't know. What does this do? Right, that gets that to happen. And that is bad because... I feel like, yeah, isn't this is also another... I mean, yeah, you get another paradox this way. Because right now, none of these actually do anything for us. Yeah, but I can't do this anymore. It's so sad. It's the last step. It's like just the worst possible one because like there is no good connection I could have made. Man, if I could leave from here, but I can't. I'm forced to make this the redirect. This exact redirect is what's the problem with. The problem is if I break one, I break all. I could not have done anything to change that. That's bad. I guess this works, but like, why would I do that? I can't pull back twice. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to need a break for this one. I'll come back next time. But yeah, nothing new happened this episode. I guess that's gonna be it though. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys next time. Bye bye.